Welcome back to Third Street Reactions, everyone. I'm Zakk.
I'm Shane.
I'm James.
And we are back with Season 3, Episode 4.
Sweet
Rick
Jesus!
and Morty.
Guys, we're in my parents' basement. There's kids here. We'll do our best to edit in a way where you don't hear it as frequently. That's the reality of our situation right now, so please forgive.
At any rate, what happened last time?
Well, it was one of my favorite episodes ever.
Pickle Rick!
What did you guys think, seeing it the first time?
I mean, it was just a classic, Pickle Rick. Instant classic, I think, for most people that watch it. Mm-hmm. I just love Rick's creativity on creating the fucking Terminator rat.
The cockroach he used to get the rat parts.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got the rat parts and he made that exoskeleton for himself. And then he
crazy.
whooped some rat ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Went into that embassy. A bunch of guys that sounded very Russian.
Yeah.
The words they were using sounded very Russian.
Yeah.
If you remember, I had to look those words up, found out. So they were definitely Russians.
Okay.
So this man thought they were Cubans.
I did. I'm wrong. But who was
Good
the...
thing we didn't bet.
Yeah, no.
Damn
Who was the guy who ended up teaming up with?
That was Jaguar.
Jaguar.
That's Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That was cool.
Yeah.
Do I have unlimited daughters?
Yeah. And then they were laying inside the piano keys, and it was like, vroom, 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 and Jaguar came and rescued him at the end. Yeah, it was cool.
We're going
And that, Morty, is why you don't go to counseling. Or
Yep. But yeah, and that's it.
I, Morty Smith, invoke my right to choose one in every 10 Rick and Morty adventures. Read them and week. Don't say I did. Vindicators too.
Uh-oh, one's escaping. Oh.
Morty, you might want to freeze some sperm.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
This time he's out to end more than worlds. We have reason to believe his stronghold is located on
My balls.
the Tyrannius system. Once in range,
My
million
balls.
ants will
The ants. I can't see the ants from over here. I just assumed that was Turd Man. Wiggly Turd Man. Rick, stop.
Wiggly turd
You have
man.
something to add?
It's not all bad, though. They were spared having to see their grown son wear a whistle. God damn! Thanks, Noob. Oh, God.
Lord,
Looks
that's...
like your grandpa had a long night. Crocubot, why don't you escort Mr. Sanchez
There's shit everywhere.
so that someone can clean up his diarrhea?
Well, I'm nervous about my first mission.
Actually, Noob, you have a new mission.
God damn.
Morty, damn. You alright?
Yes, I only lost 400 ants. My queen is laying more. I am back to 1 million ants.
Someone wake up
He's
Sanchez.
made of ants?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh,
He's not Wiggly Turd Man,
Christ.
Jimmy.
Rick?
It's a real fucking on alert, high alert over here.
What the fuck?
The guy that flies around,
Can't leave
drinks,
now.
and all that shit.
Right.
That
This
sounds
is
like
far
maybe Norm
from
Macdonald.
over.
Well, have fun with
Or-
that.
I was thinking
Morty
like Christian
and I
Slater.
made a comment, a monorail man,
I was thinking
two
like Norm
assholes,
Macdonald or that
left
fucking
alligator
guy
like
from
an
The
hour.
Man Show.
Seriously sawing the Vindicators? Morty, I'm a drunk, not a hack. You break the rules, lose
Nice.
the game, or try to leave, you will die. Seen enough, I'll just go. Don't you understand? I thought you drank.
Like cool drinking, like sexy drinking, not this psycho trailer park shit.
Stay calm.
Oh, so you're the leader now? Space from this!
Don't leave.
That was overkill. But okay. That reminded me of a balloon, like letting go of a balloon.
Huh. I'm seeing more crock than butt here.
God damn it!
What happened on Dorian 5?
What the hell is Israel?
It's just something Rick starts talking about when he's blackout drunk. In what way? Like, what?
What do I know about sensitivity? I'm just a fan of train conductor. You're the pile of ordinary bugs that fucked my wife.
That's it.
All aboard, motherfucker!
Stop!
Damn.
Didn't see that coming.
Is that sarcasm?
I want to be really clear that if anyone has a better guess, like if I gave you an amulet last night, or... Oh shit. Sorry, I'm not good at goodbyes and I'm drunk, so, you know, I just show it at the time. I really appreciated you sticking by me. God damn it, why am I crying? This makes no sense. Ugh, you're probably cool. I mean, he's a moron. That's their demographic. But you're different, noob. Fucker. Fucking cool. And you're smart.
I'm sorry, my love.
Damn, she double-crossed Snuzzles.
Silence. I'm going to enjoy this.
Logic.
Look at that. Jeez, I must have planned a whole party. Invited a bunch of people. Not bad, Drunk Rick. Not bad.
Are you ready? This a choo-choo train, man. These can't forget about the one who never seems to get a chance. All the bitches come around for. His dick gets more business than.
Who the fuck is Noob?
Everybody is. Yo, it's Logic.
Christian
Slater, good job.
Oh, and like I said, I didn't know that, but it just kind of sounded like him. Yeah.
That was the reaction.
Yep.
This is the breakdown.
The breakdown.
Break it down.
Okay, so what do you guys think?
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I
I
like
love it.
I like trashing on superheroes
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah.
In some ways, I liked it better than Pickle Rick. To be honest with you.
I
I
can't
think I
get.
agree. Like, Pickle Rick had just the most ridiculous fucking moments. They
Yeah.
were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just loved the whole treatment of superhero culture
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that shit.
I mean, I love Pickle Rick, but this was really good. Have you guys saw the Saw movies, by the way?
That was one of my topics. I
I
haven't
want to see
seen
the first one.
I haven't seen any of them.
I
so.
think I've seen one or two of them, yeah. But,
Yeah.
I mean, the first one was pretty enjoyable.
Well, aren't they making another installment with Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson?
I'm not sure.
I
Really?
believe so, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I think it's
That's
part of that
interesting.
universe.
Huh.
Very interesting.
Jesus. Really? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the first one was really good. I think I might have saw the second one, but I just only vaguely remember that one. But,
I only definitely saw the first one.
yeah.
That had Carrie Elwes in it. He was
Okay.
the doctor that cut his foot off at the end.
Yeah. It was
I haven't seen any, but I've heard of some of the scenarios. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, dude.
What? Just being stuck in a Saw game?
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be terrible, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you saw your own leg off to crawl out of there and presumably live?
I mean, dude, I
That's my thing. Is what guarantee is it that you're going to get out of there alive anyway? How do you know he's not going to crawl to your death?
it's you get so desperate, you don't have a choice, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, you have to do it.
What was it? 13 hours, whatever. With James Franco, he played that hiker who got his arm stuck. And
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, that guy had to cut his arm, and he didn't just cut his arm off. He cut it off with like a little fucking pocket knife, I think.
Yeah,
It-
keeps cutting
yeah.
and cutting
It,
and
it wasn't like it was like a saw and he had it done in like 2 minutes. It was like fucking.
You definitely have to get into a joint.
Yeah. Oh,
Get into that
he
elbow.
actually had to break it off and snap his arm off. Yeah. After he cut through all the ligaments and all that shit.
God dang!
Dude, I don't know. I might have just died. I don't know.
You might just go into
Oh,
shock.
it's
Yeah.
like coyotes, they fucking chew their legs off. They get caught into a leg hold.
Yeah.
Steel
It-
trap.
Yeah.
It just makes me wonder, like, Shane, I think you were getting ready to say basically what I'm thinking is if you get to a point where you're in so much shock that it's like automatic almost, where you just fucking survival mode, you just do it.
Yeah.
You don't even realize kind
You
of
think you have to do it before you started losing too many nutrients and fucking calories and shit to where you couldn't operate anymore.
Do you think
You have to think about all the blood you'd be losing when you're cutting your fucking arm off.
if you were like starving, like could you like consume like your foot? Like, would you think that would help?
Probably help for a
You
day.
can consume your foot, and it probably would help, but then you'd have one foot.
Yeah.
And you'd have risk of gangrene and all those other
Yeah.
shit.
How would you forage for more food? It just wouldn't be.
You attract
beneficial.
animals.
I was just trying to
It's
think
like
of
the
a
fucking the edge, and then some fucking bear will end up tracking you, and then start.
It's not beneficial. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
You'd be better off eating somebody else's
Yeah.
leg.
Well, one of the funniest instances in this show was when he used one of his 10,
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
invoked his-
pick your
yeah.
own adventure.
God fucking damn it!
When he
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
The one thing that did stick out to me is we saw it in Invincible, our last Invincible reaction. Nolan saying, "Why did you're making me do this? Why are you making me do this?"
Yeah.
Etc. I don't remember the girl's name here, but the girl with the solar powers.
Yeah.
She did the same thing. All these deaths are on your hands.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rick's like, well, yeah, some of them, but definitely not that guy.
Yeah, that was like straight up murder.
Yeah, so that's the thing is, it reminds me so much of these people, or like U.S. agent, the brief Captain America.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you making me do this? It is people that are so self-absorbed, or what do they call it?
Arrogant.
Well, monomaniacal.
Yeah.
Where they're so obsessed with themselves and their worldview and everything that everything's just everyone else's fault.
Yeah.
So this reminds me of that.
Yeah, and I definitely saw it with her there.
Well, what do you think about the treatment of superhero culture? He says, that just requires morons to mindlessly feed off of it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that was cool. I mean, it definitely seems like something Rick would think. I guess for me, I like when I've watched this is probably the third time I've seen this episode. I kind of thought that Rick knew that these guys were bullshit. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't think all superheroes are like that. I think he just is smart to know that these guys are bullshit.
These particular ones.
Well, I think this episode's treatment is of that idea of superheroes. You're delving into a point where you can make it forgivable for an audience that are fans to the subject. I'm just asking, in general, what you think about the superhero culture in general and how it is flashy. Yeah. It's grabbing.
Yeah, it just depends.
A lot of people that aren't into it just think it's flat out shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth. I mean, I have to agree that it's influenced a lot of other media and culture in a way that
like zombies.
In a way that you can't separate. So you can't separate it from a lot of entertainment and say that it's like Martin Scorsese said, it's not art.
Yeah.
These kind of things, the Marvel films.
Yeah.
And I get where he's coming from.
Yeah,
to a point.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I completely agree with him, but I can see his standing.
I see his standing. Yeah, it's just like Roger Ebert said that video games can and never will be art.
Well, it'd be like
and I just completely
it'd be like a classical music composer looking at a heavy metal band.
Yeah,
you probably think that he makes music,
right?
I'm just making that example.
No, yeah,
there might be some guy out there like that or woman. There might not be. But
I understand why they would think that.
Yeah, because they think they're putting this classical all the time and effort, and the heavy metalists do the same thing. Rappers do the same thing.
Yeah,
they take time to put it into put effort into it.
Yeah,
sometimes there are a lot of artists out there that are shit.
Yeah.
And,
well, to me, this gets down to arrogance. I mean, if you are telling somebody else that they're not a good musician because they don't play the music that you like or the music that you are expert in, then that's just fucking arrogance. You know what I mean? So this whole superhero thing.
Yeah.
Some people love it. Some people don't.
Yeah.
And it's still art, still a movie. It's still.
I definitely think that, especially with the comics, I mean, superheroes and Marvel, DC, they definitely laid the groundwork for so much. I mean, the way that you tell stories sequentially in graphic novels is truly an art form in of itself because it takes actually a lot of planning and a different kind of mindset to tell that story right.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it'll seem flat. It'll seem disjointed. It has to flow.
Yeah. And I'll just say, I just saw one of the coolest superhero finales for a season I've ever seen. So I'm thinking about that as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it's come a long way.
Yeah.
I mean, people loved it back in the golden age, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't around for that age,
Me
so it's
either.
not really my taste. So,
well, I mean, I do know that Batman, he really kind of grew up in like what the 60s, 70s, like in terms of like him having this dark origin story, or maybe the 70s, 80s, and then and this of course is post dating the golden era. But I think of Batman, the animated series, like it was so kind of ahead of its time in terms of like the type of stories they were telling, like the dark Batman with like the traumatic childhood.
Yeah, going from the Adam West Batman series.
Yeah,
was about kapows and bangs and shit like that. So,
I mean, I think to a certain degree, the art has to be in the story too. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if you meant Flash by all the fucking graphics and all that shit. I can see how somebody could get disillusioned by that, but if the story is really good, then I mean it's art. You know what I mean?
I do appreciate original works more than I appreciate something just being retold, regurgitated.
Yeah,
right.
But at the same time, there are days that I just want to sit down and I want to watch a Marvel movie.
Yeah, because
I want to watch something like that. I mean, there's just characters you can enjoy. It's kind of a safe bet almost because you're going to get something good.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's mindless, but like you can just go on a ride.
I'm not saying it's mindless either.
Yeah,
I'm saying though that there are different kinds of works and works that are, I would say, more original because Marvel was original in its time.
Yeah, it was.
Right. By far.
And I know you haven't seen it except for WandaVision, but what Kevin Feige and those guys did was just, if I would have been 10 when the first one came out instead of 20, and then 20 when the last one came out. Like, that's a hell of a thing.
Star Wars is kind of like that now.
Yeah.
Where the originals were, no one's ever done something like that before. They combine elements from different storytelling and different stories.
Yeah.
And they put them together in a different setting, and it completely worked. But now it's gotten to the point where there's a lot more flash and bang.
Yeah.
And it's lost me a little bit. But there's some elements of it that are good, that are holding me in there. Mandalorian.
Yeah, Mandalorian, for sure.
I mean, I do have a problem when the flash and bang tries to cover up other shortcomings in films or TV, but I think for the most part, most shows that have the flash and bang have a pretty good story. So
I think that with a part of it too, though, is you have these generations that grow up with Marvel and DC comics.
Yeah.
And then you get that chance when they start making the movies to do casting calls. Mm-hmm. When we were kids, we'd do casting calls a lot.
Yeah.
But, me, you, and Eric would sit there and think, who would play this guy? Who would play that guy?
We would, yeah.
We
did that recently with, what was it? I was sending you something. I was texting you.
Oh, you're talking about Dooku when he was younger.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that Nicolas Cage was fan casted somewhere, but I got to that point too.
Yeah.
But he does look like him when he's younger. I just can't see him in the role as a person.
Yeah.
But I can see the look.
The bonnet down. With the lightsaber.
Push the bonnet down.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of the perfect storm for those movies.
Mm. They were so
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
There's just fucking Josh Brolin.
Yeah, I mean, they've
Anthony
fucked
Hopkins.
up with Captain Marvel, but
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Let's see who
else.
Maybe
got Owen Wilson now. They got one of my favorite actors.
What's his name that plays in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
And
Batista.
Cool. Which I haven't seen those, but I know Chris Pratt is.
Well, who's the guy that...
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
And who's William Hurt. He plays in them as well.
He's the Hammer, General Hammer, right?
Yeah, and that guy is fucking great.
Well, he's not in them anymore. He was in the old Hulk movies. I don't think he's in the... No, he's in the newer ones now.
Yeah.
Because he was in Civil War.
Yeah.
That's
right. The last time that's the one I remember.
I remember that now.
Have you seen The Village?
Yeah.
So I really liked that movie, but it was marketed as a horror movie, and it just got torn apart in reviews. But I've watched it over and over again. Like, the soundtrack's amazing. And William Hurt, he's got these amazing long speeches. And he's just such a good actor. I so enjoy
He is a great actor. He played Ahab in a more recent version of Moby Dick.
Yeah.
That had, what's the guy's name from Training Day? Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
That had him in it as Starbuck. And it was a pretty cool adaptation.
Yeah.
And I like seeing him on... He was in History of Violence.
Yes.
As Viggo's brother.
Yes. How do you fuck that up?
Oh, Joey.
Yeah.
And
that's such a good movie. That's like one of the sweetest movies that came out that year.
That movie's really good, but I really like Eastern Promises.
That's amazing.
That's where it's at.
Did you see Mr. Brooks? Kevin Costner?
I've seen it, yeah.
I don't think so.
He was in that, right? He plays a guy who, like, he was hallucinating talking to.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Kevin
Costner. Got Julia Louis-Dreyfus in it, too.
Yeah. It's got
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, she's in?
Julie Dreyfus.
Oh, shit, yeah. We got down a little rabbit holes.
Well, it's all right. These are the kind of conversations that need to happen.
No, I agree.
My point, though, I'm getting at the Star Wars and Marvel and superhero films is that even though people can shit on them a lot, and I've done it before, too, to a certain degree when I'm being insensitive.
Yeah.
But there's no denying their ties to other works that we really like because they influenced generations that came after them.
Mm-hmm.
They created works of art that were even if you don't know those references.
Yeah.
You find out later, and then you kind of feel like an asshole after seeing how they've influenced.
Yeah, for sure, and just the way films are made, especially Star Wars. You know what I mean?
That was groundbreaking for film.
The technology and just crazy to think about.
What I love though about Star Wars, especially the original trilogy, was how they had to make art through their limitations.
No, yeah,
and I think limitations are always a great creative vault for artists and creators.
Because, I agree.
You know, it forces you to be creative in a different way to bring your vision to life.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
this is a little different, but I think you understand what I'm talking about. Like when I've done lightsaber choreography, I like to. It's actually kind of hard to be in a big parking lot.
Well, like, there's no obstacles. There's nothing to work around.
Yeah, like if you're going down hallways, and it's like you can
what you're saying.
work with those limitations, and you can make them better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But an open lot is just kind of...
Like, your choreography's got to be on point. And
It's got to be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because the environment isn't selling the fight anymore.
Yeah,
it's not part of the fight. It's just the fight.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so I was at like a 3-man fight where I was holding a double. And if it wasn't for that, and at that time there hasn't been really a good one done before. If it wasn't for that, we'd just been in a parking lot hitting sabers. You know what I mean?
But yeah, it's just... that's it.
That's yeah. I don't got too much else to say. I enjoyed this conversation.
When I say that's it, when someone says that's it, that's got to be it. All right, thank you for tuning in.
Specifically,
if you like what we do, like and subscribe. Find us on Instagram and Twitter, and if you don't, you won't. For
sweet Jesus
and more for
sweet Jesus
and more for
sweet Jesus
and more.